Hey, good evening and welcome. It's me, NoCo Sim Farmer, and it's time for another episode of Riverbend Springs. I am most likely flying solo tonight. This is a PC only game, and Uber is out of the country. So we're just going to get to it, pick up where we left off last week. This happened. Do a couple things. Okay. Go. So what do we got here? Weeds are growing. Release that bale wrapper. So I guess let's check and see if there are any more. Debating. Those are easy to do. $620. I don't think I'm going to take that one. That one I might take. Yeah, maybe that'll take most of the night, though. I think I'm going to leave that one be. Okay. Silage and grass into them later. This. Yeah. Feed. Okay. Few contracts, nothing really awesome. Get in here and get this going. Field 85. Gonna cultivate it. Gonna cultivate it. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I did. It was just the wife and myself. Stop sign. That is happening. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, it makes sense for a school bus to be out and about in a rural area. He's doing his thing. Fields are doing their thing. Now the bees are buzzing. Can't see it anywhere. All right, so we've got the cash we have. That's a little too much. I Hey MK, how's it going? Tired, man. Dozing off here on the game. Don't know what that $11,000, but I don't. 21 logs is going to take a while. I don't want it to be a majority of the night. Me. Said tired. Yeah, I did. Good gracious. those. Excited. Sim Dashboard released another update today to include Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Oh. So now I can use my tablets as readouts and boards within FS24. I'm very stoked about that. Let's see what else. Good lord. Ooh. Redid my controller layouts. Added a nice solid piece of wood to my platform. I'll have to get some pictures and post it in Discord. You can kind of see it if I turn on the... See, I made a nice... it's just a piece of pine 1x that I stained. And now I've got my farm stick here. My walking keyboard, half keyboard on the other side, but it's a more sturdy platform. And I'm going to be getting another one of these mounts. It just disconnects. It's got a lever, it comes loose. Clamp it back in place. Whoops, but I've got, I'm going to order another pair of those for my, one of them I'll use for my gear shift for Truck Simulator. Mounted a little bit lower and off to the side. And then the other one I'll use for my HOTAS that I got last week. And then this one that I've got right here, 2 bolts take the farm stick out, and I can bolt the TM16000 flight stick back in. So I can boom with just two screws at the bottom of this thing here and back here. This comes off, plug the new one in, and I can just repurpose this mount. So very easy to move it versus before they were actually screwed in. I had bolts that I had to screw into a metal plate. Now I'm just gonna go old-fashioned wood, and of course that 1x8 by 32-inch piece of pine weighs a lot less than all the metal I had hanging off this thing, so it makes the whole unit a little easier to move when I'm switching from farm sim to flight sim, like you said. So, God, I cannot believe how tired I am today. Put each other to sleep. Yeah. The last headland, and then it's going to start doing up and down stripes. I think I did 5. Hey Tyler, how's it going? Sure how long the stream's going to be tonight. I was just telling MK, I am so tired. I've been yawning my eyes out since I've been on the stream. A few contracts there. Shopping. Okay. That's cool. If not, I'll get on there and we'll get what we can done, run a couple more contracts, but I appreciate the heads up notice now. Or if nobody else is able to connect, then I just might see. I do another flight sim or do 2 flight sims this week. Yeah, you can jump into chat. I'm in the Riverbend chat. Nothing field. To me.
Can you hear me?
Ken, what's going on, Tyler?
What's going on?
Not much. Just getting a little work done on Riverbend Springs. How about you?
Not much. Gotta put some new tires on my four-wheeler.
Yeah? What kind of four-wheeler you have?
Honda Foreman.
Nice. Did you get, what kind of tires did you put on?
Oh, the stock tires.
Like the knobby ones? Yeah. Out here in Colorado, I know people that have ones that have the more paddle style wheels for sand. Yeah, for like sand and stuff. 'Cause we have sand dunes in the southern portion of the state. Yeah. Stick cam, Andrew. Moving up in the world. And I tell you, these AI workers in Farm Sim 25 sure are better than they were in 22.
They really are. Because in 22, they used to run into anything to get stopped by a lot of stuff.
Not even be able to do a field like because it was a weird shape or whatever. I'm pretty impressed.
Are you going to be streaming tomorrow?
I'm not sure. Probably not tomorrow, just because that's evening I spend time with my wife. Um, but most likely Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday and Friday will probably be Flight Simulator.
I'll probably just join the chat on the video.
That's fine.
Cause you don't do the voice chat cause you're too busy driving the plane.
Usually, yep. I don't know if you saw the video that I did Saturday, but I crashed bad. I was trying to fart around with the camera and take pictures, and stalled the plane and crashed with my passengers on board. I had to do that one over.
Didn't you make a video off of that?
I did. I did. It's called Leave the Photos to the Passengers.
I saw that.
The King, yeah, it's been in the teens here at night too, but it usually warms up to 50 during the day. That's the beauty of Colorado. What are you doing now, Mr. Worker? Cold for you. Our high was in the mid 40s. We'll get that. We get really cold at night and in the morning, and then it warms up into the 50s, which is why when we get snow, it usually only stays around for a day or two.
It's
I have,
very cold down here too.
yeah, 'tis the season for the chilly weather, that's for sure. I used to live in Wisconsin, man, where it stayed winter for 6 months. So, yeah, I'm very lucky to be in Colorado, where the winters are very mild, especially along the Front Range. We're at just about a mile elevation here on the Front Range. Up in the mountains, man, they get feet of snow. Pretty much every weekend, they'll get a couple feet of snow if we have a storm through, which is great for the ski resorts. I've never had an AI worker do one pass on the headland clockwise and then do the remaining counterclockwise. That's different. I've not seen that happen before. You guys, Mullet King says he's got 5 inches of snow on the ground. Oh, we got rain in the forecast here in Riverbend Springs. That's never good. It takes a long time for that snow that gets frozen to go away. done. As a matter of fact, it's probably going to be done here real quick. See what the threshold for doneness is. This is that snow that where the drunk people go sledding on when it gets frozen and hard, and then they come off their sled and they're wearing like jeans and a t-shirt and a hoodie, and the hoodie slides up and their whole stomach gets completely ground beef on the frozen icy snow. Not that this ever happened to me before, but
I finally figured out how to stream on YouTube,
good.
but it's laggy, very bad.
Yeah, it's gonna. So the problem with streaming is right, especially if you're connecting to a game that's online, right? Is that you've got to have your connection to the game online, and then you also have to use part of your internet bandwidth to send a live stream to YouTube. Well, um, that takes processor time from your Xbox, and that also takes internet connection speed. It basically doubles the amount of bandwidth that your internet connection require or the game requires to stream. So yeah, it can be. The only reason I started streaming is that we have gigabit Ethernet, we have gigabit fiber service here in Fort Collins. So internet speeds are pretty fast.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get me something to drink.
Take your time.
Alright.
I've got a scar on my chin too, MK, from bumping it and putting my teeth through it. So, and I got another one underneath here from the table. Kid. Make me go all the way to finish that contract.
Alright, I'm back.
Still here.
Alright. You know the cultivator you start off with in the game on Riverbend? The little John Deere one?
Again?
The little John Deere one.
The little, like, tractor or
The
like.
cultivator. The one you pull behind a tractor.
Yeah. The John Deere one? No, I'm using. I don't know which one this is. Whatever came in the base game, I think.
It's like plows the field.
Right. So hang on a
Alright.
second. Let me. This one, 980.
Let me see. 980. Yes. All right. Yes. Uh, I'm on the field, the biggest field of the map, and I'm cultivating it. Okay. And I've been cultivating that field for 2 days straight, and I still ain't even close to done to it.
I mean, the fact that you're using a 4 meter wide cultivator isn't helping your cause. That's only 12 feet at a time. Um, if you get a bigger tractor and
Yeah, but I
something,
got $1 million debt, and I have only $911 to my name.
did you buy a bunch of equipment? Do you
No,
like own a
I
bunch of equipment or no?
no. When I loaded up my game, I chose the loan to $1 million, and I started a farm, and I started farm manager, and that's how I picked my farm.
You spent your $1 million. You've only got nine. You got $1 million in debt, and you only have $900 left.
Yes.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You're gonna have
So
to
I'm
sell
kind of
something, whether it's land or buildings or equipment. Um,
I'm kind of in a pickle now.
yeah, or you're gonna have to do a bunch of contracts to get yourself out of debt, and you just lease the equipment on all the contracts. You know, borrow the equipment.
Mhm.
But that's going to be the only way, aside from starting over. That's going to be the only way that you can you can correct that. You want to be able to. It sounds like you might have grown yourself a little too fast. Maybe acquired a little bit too much land and buildings and things before uh, actually getting some stuff in the ground. I've done that. Um, if you're leasing equipment, try to not lease stuff if possible. It's a good way to, or if you do lease something, like say for instance, you lease a potato harvester
Mhm.
to do potatoes. When you're done doing potatoes, turn it in because otherwise you pay a fee to have that every month, whether you use it or not. It still costs money. So unless you're planning on keeping it, and you lease it, it's just basically like you rent it. I'm going to rent the harvester, the big expensive harvester, to do my field, and then when I'm done doing my fields, I'm going to return it, and then I'm only paying a small portion. Then you're not paying, a couple $100,000 for something. You're only paying $20,000 for the portion that you use.
Yeah.
That's would be my recommendation. But I think at this point you're just going to have to go contract crazy and start doing contracts and do some smaller contracts that you can do quickly. I would stick with not. I would stick with cultivating contracts, but only ones that offer bigger equipment. Um, Cultivating contracts. Let's see. Let me go to contracts real quick. Cultivating dead wood, which is just cleaning up some wood off the land. Um, Harvesting, but be careful. You want to do harvest things like wheat, grain, canola contracts. Things like parsnips, potatoes, sugar beets, carrots. Those all harvest very slowly, so it takes a long time to do those contracts. Uh, Mowing, just rent the equipment, use the hoe. Those pay off pretty lucratively. It's not a lot of work, but they pay, pretty decent. Mowing is another good one. Again, you just want mowing contracts, baling contracts. They do pay more, but it requires more time. You have to do more options, right? You have to cut it, you have to bale it. If it's grass, then if they want hay, then you have to ted it and turn it over to dry it out. If they want silage, then you have to wrap it when that's done. So Mowing can be a 4-step process. So I would, or baling, I should say, is a 4-step process. Could be mowing. You just mow it and leave it on the ground. Just mow the grass using a mower. Plowing,
Okay.
try to stay away from because plows are narrow. They take a long time to do. And then wood transports are good. Uh, you just have to become good using your Xbox controller to control the crane on the wood transport. When you get
I
good,
can't do that.
you just practice because I started on a PlayStation using those controllers, and I had a heck of a time too originally. Um, but keep practicing. And the other thing that's very helpful, I don't know if you saw this, but Thrustmaster released an Xbox version of their farm stick that's compatible with Xbox. And my understanding is you just plug it in and the controls are already mapped. And that makes it much easier. That's what I use to use my wood harvester and the crane controls, and it's super easy. So maybe throw that on your Christmas list for Santa. I don't know when it's shipping though, but that's
Does
something
it?
that's coming.
My question is about that. Does it have like the joysticks where you can walk with it?
You can use it for walking, you can use it for driving because it's got a select mode between like driving and work. You can use it to look around. Um, like I'm using it right now to switch those contracts on my screen. If you look at my thumb, I'm just using the little hat switch here going left and right. I
Okay.
can go down through the contracts this way. And if I want to take a contract, I'm sure I could just press that button, but I don't want to take that contract. Um, but yeah, I would say it would be a worthy of, if you're planning on playing a lot of farm sim, that would be something to save your money for. Because it makes the wood harvesting and controlling things like front end loaders and cranes and that sort of thing a lot easier. Another thing that you can try is if you go into your, let me see if it's game setting. No, I don't think that's. Ooh, I can't even see that. Check. Okay. If you go to the general settings and input controls, if you turn easy arm controls on, that simplifies how the crane controls work. And that should make it uh, a lot easier to control that with your Xbox controller. So you want to turn this on. And then the other thing that you can do down here is where you can turn on wood harvester automatic cutting, which tree will automatically be cut after it's delimbed. Um, since I have the joystick, I'd leave both of those options turned off, but that would that might help if you make sure that easy arm controls is set to on. That might help you um, with that a little bit better. And one thing that I would do too, create a new save game, um, and then start out with $1 million and
Mhm.
buy yourself a wood harvester and buy yourself a piece of property with a bunch of trees on it and just practice. That's what I did. Um, what inspired me to do that is I was actually on another multiplayer server, and the person that was doing the tree harvesting on that server was actually a logger in real life, and he had a two joystick setup running that thing, and it was watching him do it was just amazing, and so it just prompted me to keep practicing and get better. I probably spent 20 hours cutting trees and getting used to harvest. And I'm still not super great at it, but I feel like I'm pretty good. But I'm not as good as this guy was. Of course, that's what he did for a living, so he knew exactly what to do and that sort of thing. But that would be my recommendation. You
All
know,
right. Yeah. Yeah.
but the joystick is really cool because everything's already programmed when you plug it into your Xbox. Like I reprogram some things for my preferences, but like when I go to controls here, when it's plugged in, like all that's automatically programmed. You just need to go in and it tells you in the setup like what each button is programmed to do by default. And if you want to do something different, you can go in and reprogram them. But this takes some time. If you want, I went in and reprogrammed the controls for the front loader, the crane, a bunch of other game functions, that sort of thing. So, but that way you can make it exactly the way you want it.
Okay, yeah.
Hopefully that was helpful. Probably more information than you wanted, but
No, it wasn't.
so, but yeah, I think you'll find that to be helpful, and yeah, just practice. And again, I would create a game save that you're not all you're going to do is practice. You're just gonna practice logging and practice using a wood harvester or practice using the front end loader or the crane controls or something like that. What really helped me get good at it is when my friend Uber and I set up a mining map on the Yukon Valley uh, map. That uses a PC mod called Terrafarm, which actually allows you to dig holes in the ground and like mine. And we literally took a mountain down um, and turned it into gold. Um, kind of like the Gold Rush TV series kind of thing. Um, so having to use those excavators and like front end loaders all the time to dig and load material, I got really good using those controls. Again, there's a lot of people out there that are still better than I am, but I feel like I'm more comfortable using the joystick than I am not using the joystick. MK logs a bit in real life too. Chat. Man, that was a nice long day's work. 8:20, just getting home. Out the cultivator. Pressure washer out here so I can wash my stuff. Keep it clean. Power down. To the field and see how the grass is going. Have plenty of grass. Get this field planted. Yeah, I was about to ask MK if you had some logging equipment or if you were doing it the old way, not the really old way. The old way is chopping it down with an axe and hauling it out with horses, um, which I've seen that done too. And watching people log that way nowadays is pretty amazing. I got a lot of respect for the Amish folk that I've seen do that. Yeah, that was about the extent of the logging that we did back when we lived in Wisconsin. When I lived with my parents as a kid, we had
I'll be right back again.
yeah, no problem. We had a wood burning stove and had to keep it stocked with wood. So yeah, we were constantly out, in the spring and summer, dropping trees and cutting them up, splitting wood, drying it out. It was a never-ending task. About an hour in, just after the hour mark, I think I'm going to take a short break, refresh my beverages. Plenty of seeds left. I've had the privilege to work with some incredible axemen that know how to use an axe properly and make short order with it. And then also some really talented sawyers that I was watching a guy clear trees on a paintball field that I was doing cleanup on, and he literally dropped a 60, 70 foot tree in between two other trees. He had about an 8-foot spot to drop them in. He was able to drop that thing perfectly between them, like almost to the tape measure on both sides. Perfect. And that was really, really cool to see, watch him, take 5 minutes and walk around the tree and observe it from every angle, look at it from right up close to the trunk, looking straight up to see how straight the tree was and which way it bent, and then observing if there were any limbs that were heavier than others or had a bigger cluster than others. And I mean, he dropped that thing like it was in between two poles and it just slid right down perfectly. I'd be the guy on Fail Army that's sawing the tree down to save money and drops it on his house or his garage or his truck. That would be me. If I'm in the middle of the woods and I'm dropping trees that aren't going to hit anything but other trees, I'm great with a chainsaw. If you want me to drop something near your house, spend the money. Don't take your chances with me. Or make sure you're insured and you have a low deductible. That did it. Was that guy that's going to be done? Hey, welcome back. You didn't miss much. I planted grass.
How did it go?
Almost done. Well, I should say the AI worker. I just observe. I'm a great farm manager. I sit here and observe, set the AI workers to go do the work. And like for stuff like planting a field, I'll let the AI worker, and then I'll go do work like cut down trees with the saw or something. Things the AI workers can't do. Yeah, I think this is the last pass here. And then this field will be done. I was just telling MK I'm going to take a short break when this field's done. Get some more iced tea. And then we'll be back to finish up. AI worker. That's why the trying to make the front end loader operate, and I can't because I'm using an AI worker. Duh. Oh no, there's. It's gonna be a partial. I'm just going to bend the tongue on this cedar that you're leasing. Tiniest bit to finish up there. Is it? Take it back to the farm. Call it a night.
You about done with the stream?
No, I'm going to be streaming for probably another 30 plus minutes. I'm just going to take a quick break. When I said call it a night, I just meant sleep in the game. So,
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed.
all right, man. Have a good night. We'll probably talk to you on Wednesday if you're on. Oh, wait.
Alright, I'll be on.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Alright, see ya.
Take care.
Alright, bye.
Bye. Sure. right, I'm back. All right, let me check something real quick. All right, folks, tell me how the music sounds. If it's too loud, MK, if you're out there.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
I see you're all by yourself, so
hang on just 1 second. I'm having some audio issues on my end.
okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No problem.
I was messing around with the YouTube music app and it somehow got improperly routed in OBS, so it wasn't playing, but I could still hear it even though I quit the application. That's always
Oh, okay.
frustrating.
I was gonna say you sound loud and clear to me.
Good.
So what wasn't on that end?
Well, no, but what was happening is I was getting YouTube music blasting into my headphones on another channel, and even though I quit the app, it was still playing because the app didn't quit. It was still running in the background. I had to go end the task and all that Windows crap.
Mm. Yeah,
So now I can
that's what
actually
I
hear
do
you.
like I listen to your stream and stuff when I'm doing other things in the
Appreciate
background.
it.
When I'm not can't watch it or participate in it. So did you see that last message they sent you?
I did. I caught. So the update to the New Frontiers map is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just hold off
He
then.
just put on the on FSG's site. I don't know. Do you have FSG
I do. I do.
Discord?
I
Okay.
do.
If you check out the what's it called? Maps. Different when they're lit up for you when there's something new. Maps, mod, and Blender.
Okay. Okay.
It talks about it in there.
Okay. Cool.
RD was telling about an idea about splitting up the farmlands. But yeah, he put that in second. I knew he'd been working on an updated one with the smaller, uh, smaller farmlands, the 69. I didn't know he was doing just a complete forestry one. 'Cause I guess I just read this just a little bit ago that somebody released his map on let's see, on King's Moss with just a big circle of trees. Yeah, it goes interesting to some. Then the plopped thousands of trees in a circle version on the map someone made. Published on King's Mod, and then in parentheses without asking. Thank you. Oh, hey, honey.
Hi, so I'm sorry, but no stuffing,
Okay.
no gravy.
Okay.
What I thought was gravy was squash.
Oh,
But I bought you mayonnaise.
You
Brought you.
brought
mayonnaise.
me, not bought me.
Either way, I did buy it from the store. Brought you rolls
Perfect.
that you can rip and make a sandwich. This
Thank
is
you,
one.
honey.
Pepper and salmon bits.
Oh, yeah, I like the sound of it.
When it set up, yeah, you better eat some because
I'm hungry.
your children, including your oldest adopted daughter,
Mm-hmm.
like now down on it.
Yeah, I
And
don't blame them. It was delicious, honey.
we
That
made
was a great job.
she made a bagel sandwich with it.
Oh, you want something?
Well, I would like to buy that.
Hey, I'll be right back.
Take your time.
Hey, I'm gonna be eating dinner for a little while, so
Probably be on for probably another half an hour.
Okay.
So yeah, if you hop on, if you get done and hop back on, I'll be here. Otherwise, I'll catch you on another time.
all right, sounds good.
Cool. Thanks, man. Talk to you later, Ham.
You bet. Uh-huh.
Yep. thunder sound effects in here. Thunder and lightning sound effects are much better, along with the graphics for both, of course. Yeah, we're gonna do it like this, and I am. I'm gonna push it all the way. Like the sound the wheels make when it changes from pavement. Too cheap to buy a trailer. Super speed with this bad boy on. Finger on the keyboard. The vehicle. And sound. Those are details that I appreciate. We're almost there. It's kind of fun, honestly. It's very laid back. Kind of funny. Getting the job done. Here, no. Too cheap for a trailer pickup truck. It's there. Chugging along. Here we come. Act of desperation. water. That's pretty sweet. Time, and we'll finish this up. A bluebird. This is awesome. Look at the dirt and detail with water pooling on the. I don't go that way. I will go this way. Contract on some cultivating on field 85, and then we purchase field number 2, planted it with grass, added lime, and yeah, that should be about it. Everybody's looking happy. Good shape there. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for tonight. I will be taking a break tomorrow night and be back on Wednesday with who knows what. And then Thursday, Hunan Pantai. Possibly, if nobody else is going to join me for that, I might do Flight Simulator. But who knows? Maybe tomorrow, Wednesday, I'll be back with Riverbend Springs and then some Flight Simulator on Thursday and Friday. We'll play it by ear. But for now, I'm Noko Sim Farmer. Big thanks to Mullet King 1129, Ham and Eggs, and Tyler for tuning in and chatting with me tonight. We'll catch you all on the next one. Peace. I'm out of here.